Happy Magic Monday, Collective Consciousness. This is Virgo Queen, your transformational coach, using the tools of astrology, tarot, sound healing, and ritual. This is the weekly forecast for December 10th to December 16th, 2018. As you know, I like to talk about the moon cycles of the week, along with a goddess card to help guide us, and a tarot reading to kind of look at how can we expect this energy and how to overcome conflict and to look at the outcome of the week. First, I just want to talk about that powerful new moon in Sagittarius we had last week and how the light has finally returned. For some of us, it has brought some very big changes. We had a lot of Mars energy last week, kind of destroying old, outmoded models of beliefs or physical life, relationships, habits, and all in time for a new moon. Often what we experience before a new moon is kind of this feeling of death, the cleansing of things that no longer serve. So it gives us that clarity in order to find our truth, to find the right way. And so that new moon in Sag is really about calling in a new vision, planting seeds for this next lunar cycle, but also for the year ahead. It's time to start planning already for 2019, and I just have to say that this is going to be a year of working hard and setting down a very strong foundation for the bigger vision to come. So really looking at structure, business plans, strategy, and the information that needs to be shared. So first, I'll start with the moon cycles. So this Magic Monday, we're moving out of the Capricorn moon energy over the weekend and stepping into Aquarius moon until Wednesday. And on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have a Pisces moon, and on Sunday, we move into Aries. Now, so we begin with this very Aquarius moon, which is about wanting to research, to explore, to kind of get look into the market. So Aquarius is very much about the collective, and that can be seen in market strategies. How can you reach a international or collective perspective? Also looking at revolution. So Aquarius is really wanting to look at how can I revolutionize a system? How can I find better productivity? How do I reach a bigger audience? And Aquarius energy, though, it's very aloof to its emotions and really likes to intellectualize things instead of really tuning into the intuitive nature flow. It's really just expanded consciousness. So it's really a great time for visionary work, not really the detail work. Yet by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the Pisces moon is kind of the same expandedness in the mind, but then you'll bring it back down into the expandedness of the emotion. So you start exploring ideas and concepts, and then Pisces will bring it into the emotional body. And often emotions is how we actually manifest. So it's not just thinking about something or just simply doing what we think we should do. It's moving into the emotion of how do we really call in this wisdom, this new project, this vision into my emotional life. Because often, when we have passion for something, when something is so on our soul level, there's kind of this endless supply of energy and abundance and resource. But when we do things from kind of an intellectual level, we're constantly evaluating and analyzing, looking, where does the resource come? So it's a different way of operating. So we're going to be very kind of in the mind, in our mental, and we're going to bring it back down into the emotions. And by Sunday, we'll kind of been able to distill the intellectual and the emotional into a forward focus. So Sunday is a really good time to kind of plan the week ahead. You'll kind of have some insights and some kind of instinctive knowing on how to proceed. The goddess that will guide us this week is the goddess Isis, and she represents past life. The situation involves your past life memories. So, since we're still in the energy of Mercury being in its shadow period, so it went direct on December 6th, right for the new moon in Sag, and we're still kind of in this haze, this fog, and often what keeps us stuck in a certain belief or habit or inner structure is past life memories. And this is a profound time to really do some past life regression therapy work, to connect with the goddess Isis. And something about Isis that's very special is that she has the power for rejuvenation. So she is the goddess of rebirth. And so we're able to look back at old structures and see how we can integrate that wisdom into our new modern perspective. But it's always important to go back and to see the wisdom that our soul already possesses, so that it's like that seed. By going back, it awakens the seed of our memory, the seed that allows us to grow internally. And it's a really important, so just thinking of the moon energy, and Isis always looks at the moon, and they say that in some beliefs that the moon is actually where our ancestors live, so grandmother moon. And the ones that have passed over, that are no longer in the physical plane but holding the memory, is of the moon. And so when we're able to illuminate, often the moon can be associated with this dark feminine energy, but within the darkness is how we find that light. And that's basically what Isis is really awakening in us, is like, where is your light? Where is your focus? What needs to be born and brought to life within you? And remember, it's held in the deep, deep, dark womb of creation. So, my dears, the tarot reading for the week is that we have, the overall energy of the week is reverse Daughter of Swords. And this is what I really feel with Aquarius energy, is that there's often impatient, because they have these very powerful abilities of manifestation. It's like, as soon as they visualize it, then it should just be physical. It should be physical matter, because they're just, again, if you're connected to kind of this collective consciousness, you can feel what's alive. And knowing that it's already alive, then it should be physically already born. Yet in how this earth consciousness is based, is that it has to go kind of through all the stages in order to be born. So this Daughter of Swords reverse is really kind of showing this impatient, like really wanting things to manifest now. Okay, we set that new moon in Sag, let's go, let's fire it up, we believe, let's go. And we also have Sun in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is very optimistic. We have Jupiter in Sagittarius, and it's really just in this element of optimism. We just have this like undying faith. But sometimes it needs to be checked with reality, and not saying that it's not achievable, but things need time to cycle through the process of creation. And I feel if we tune in to where our project is, or habit, or where we are on our evolution, that we can honor the cycle that we're in. And this is a really important part of the creation process, and often why we can become very impatient at part of those stages. So embracing the impatience with just doing action, whatever thought that you are working with, or a new system, do brainstorming, doing visionary work, just finding different ways of working and honoring your creative process. Now, the conflict is reverse 9 of Cups. And this card always shows making wishes. And so we've made wishes to the new moon. And the conflict is kind of the fear of the wish not coming true. So we have this faith, we have this hope, but hey, there's this memory of things not working out, and having perhaps a mind frame or energy around. Now remember, Cups is in the emotions, so this is just an emotional belief. So you can work with your emotional beliefs about achievements. And so this is where, again, where we go to the past lives of like, yeah, we've failed before. We have failed countless times. We have been rejected. We have been let down. We have been disappointed. But what have they all taught us? They taught us about our strength and our courage and our trust in something that is still not yet known. And so this is an important part of kind of surrendering to where you are in your cycle and trusting a path. And I know trust is such a big concept, because this is where I feel the past life regression therapy really works, where you go back and you witness and embody that emotion of self-doubt or lack of trust, and you awaken it, and you then stand back and go to the higher realm and ask for peace about this part of you. So you really go deep and find places of forgiveness and acceptance in all that has happened before, and know that we're just on a path of development, and there's roads and obstacles, and the more obstacles that are in front of you means the closer that you are to achievement. So hang in there. The outcome is Daughter of Cups. And so a lot of daughter, a lot of young, feminine energy that's really still playful and alive. And this is really like the magical child within all of us that's curious. So Daughter of Cups is really looking at how to be more vulnerable. You know, that the rest of that week of Pisces moon, you get really vulnerable because you're sensitive to the world around you. You pick up other people's subconscious beliefs. You are filled with all the stories of the world and then your own world, and you become very sensitive and psychic. And this is often what Cups energy is, because it rules the emotions. This is where we pick up and keep the stories of our soul, keep the stories of our ancestors. They're all in our DNA, in the blood of who we are. So really, this outcome to the week is really allowing yourself to be vulnerable and open and come from this place of curiosity. And Aries moon is perfect for that, because they tend to be a bit naive and just have a deep sincerity for what they want to achieve in life. They come from a very innocent place, and that's what I mean by naiveness, because it's like they haven't had the world experience yet. Aries is like the beginning of the story, where you just have this full heart and you want to go and help the world. So through every hero's journey, they need to come to this place of a deep, vulnerable place. Every hero has their wound, right? And it's this time where we find what breaks us in order to claim back our power. So the magic of this week. So it's always important to remember our everyday magic and remember that yes, unicorns still exist. They're simply just behind the veil if your senses are awake enough. And so the unicorn of leadership will guide us in our everyday magical life. And her message is step into your leadership, share your message, inspire and empower others. So, dear ones, it is a week of discovery, a week of surrender, and a week of really claiming back your power of the mind, of the soul, of the body, and of the heart. So, until then, please keep in touch. Let me know if you want your own personal reading. I always do my own weekly tarot readings and look at my astrology. So it helps me plan for, I have my projects and ideas that I need to do. This is what I do for my clients. We plan ahead. How do we best integrate and move with the relationship of the cosmos? So if you want to learn more about my transformation coach sessions, I also do rituals for every new moon and full moon, and I especially design with planetary magic, which is the most special kind. So you can find out more about my work at www.inner-doorways.com, or you can email me with any questions at innerdoorways@gmail.com. And until then, be brave, dear hearts, for we are in a time of great transformation. And until then, I am just a message away. Blessed, blessed, blessed be.